Okay, so on my last video I made feminism and media representations, I got some interesting comments that I wanted to take a moment to address, which I was so hoping that I wouldn't have to do this, and I was like, no, Erin, I am not going to do this. I am. Okay. Basically, let me read you the comments. Sorry to hear you're taking such a bullshit course, waste of time and money. Well, if you didn't hear the beginning, it's the sociology of gender. This isn't a women's studies class, it's a sociology class, which means studying society and how society constructs gender. And we talk about men as well as women. It's not a women-focused class. It's not even a feminist class. It has nothing to really do with feminism. I think feminism is relevant when we're talking about gender, and I think feminism has done a lot of good in terms of starting a conversation about gender and gender roles and identity, but it goes beyond that. This is more of a scientific look at gender because sociology is a social science. It uses science and scientific methods. And, I was just talking about my first day of the class, us watching an episode of the Brady Bunch. I don't see how that's a waste of a class. That wasn't the entire class. And it was just the first day. That's like, we're not doing that the entire class. It's not a media representation class, which I said it was a sociology of gender. The reason I added media representations was because I did an analysis of women represented in the media based off of this TV episode we watched because it was something I was thinking about in my mind afterward and reflecting on, and I thought it'd be interesting to start a conversation and share that. So no, I am very happy with this class. I also don't even pay for my college classes because I'm technically still in high school. My high school pays for them for me, so I don't have to even pay for this class, and it's the best way I could spend 3 hours every week. Let me just put it that way. Okay, the next comment is, let's talk about how women live longer and 10 times as much money gets spent on women's health issues than men's. Get the fuck out. Okay, well, I'm going to ignore the get the fuck out because that was really rude and condescending, but I'm just going to pretend like you didn't even leave that part. So, okay, women live longer. Yeah, they do, but that's a biological thing, guys. If you look cross-culturally, women all over the world live about 5 years longer than men. And science is not really sure why that is, totally. Part of it is that women don't take as many risks as men. They don't die in as many risky ways. Like, for example, skydiving. Women don't participate in activities like that as much, which cause death. But women also, statistically, at least in our society, eat healthier than men do. So that's attributed to it. There's a lot of different factors, and I'm not an expert on this, and I'm not making a video about it. But it has nothing to do with sexism. That's not why women live longer. It's not sexist towards men. It's just a biological phenomenon. And sure, it probably does have something to do with the way our society teaches people how to act and teaches us what's acceptable and stuff like that. But it's really more based on a biological thing. Because like I said, it's not just our society that sees this. Women all over the world live longer. And, again, it's pretty inconclusive as to exactly why that is. 10 times as much money gets spent on women's health issues. I don't know if you made that up or if that's a real statistic. But if you haven't noticed, women have more health issues than men. It's called we have babies. Yeah, so we have to have a lot more stuff done than men do. For example, women have to get pap smears every 3 years. Men don't have to do that. And there's no male equivalent because our bodies are different. And female-bodied people have more health costs, It's not that we're putting money into women's health care. It's that women have more that they have to do for their health. And, that's just a biology thing. Both of these things you brought up are kind of a biology thing. So that's not really a sexist thing. And by the way, until Obamacare was enacted, a lot of the necessary preventative healthcare that women need. A lot of the needs women have are preventative, like pap smears fall under that, weren't even covered by health insurance. And you bet your ass if men had some of these same health needs that it would be covered in a second by health insurance. I mean, Viagra, right when it was introduced, got covered on health insurance. Like, really? That's more important than covering birth control? I mean, come on. It's just, what you're saying, it basically doesn't make any sense in terms of having a conversation about sexism and gender. But if anyone wants to have a conversation about gender and society and stuff like that, like, please, I would love to do that. I would love to do that with you guys. I want to hear what you guys think. But these comments just made me really angry and upset because I care so much about these things and it's really important to me and I'm very, very passionate about it. And I want to explain how this is not true. And I did it in a little bit of a condescending way. I understand that. But I'm hoping that, people left the comments and anyone else that watches this can take away the message that we need to be more critical about gender in general, and that it's something that needs to be talked about. We need to talk about women and how they are not equal with men. Like, I'm sorry, but I can make 1,000 videos on this because there's so many ways that our society is a sexist one. So thanks guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.